the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Welcome everybody to another episode of This is CorbinCenter, and I have a special Corbinite recognition on this one. This goes out to two people because it was just, it worked out so convenient. Two Patreons, two great supporters, and I would have to consider myself a friend of the Squared Circle. So, Cal and Abby, thank you so much for having me on the podcast. Thank you for the awesome questions. You know they're rare because I answer my Q&As, but because of you two know exactly what I'm doing on my Patreon at all times, I was happy to come on the show. So for your support, I thank you, and continuously I want to give you the big shout out here. Also, when it comes to support, when it comes to showing support, I do have a Facebook fan page. And a couple times this has happened where people have liked the fan page and tried to use it as a way to either like try and put me down or get one over on me, or just to be a online heel, which is hilarious to me. So it's basically a matter of trolling. So let me give you an instance on this one. I think it's weird. It'd be like if I was having an appreciation meeting for every member of the community that supported me, and I was coming out and I was saying, thank you, and let me do something for you, let me share some stuff. And there was one person who walked in and was like, you suck, in the back. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, we're all having a good time here. You come in thinking that you're somebody who means something, thinking that we should listen to your opinions, and social media has given everybody an idea that their voice matters and they're not just yelling into a void. Well, here's the problem. When you come into my Facebook page, my fan page, and you start saying stuff like this. So, for example, this was a comment that was posted on my match graphic with Davey Bang, who I'm going to beat and retain my Legacy Championship. So first of all, it said, good luck, Bang. Okay, fine, that's great. That's all you can. I mean, I said, all the luck in the world won't help him. That's fair. Yeah, that's right. You a loser, Bang, will in the Effie kick your ass. See, the problem is when you don't use punctuation, it's very hard for me to take you seriously. It's very hard to be credible in all this situation. And so it looks like he says, you a loser, Bang, win Effie, kick you ass. And so, it gets confusing. Is he actually for pro Bang or is he pro me? And I said, weird thing to post on my fan page, because I gave him the benefit of the doubt going off of what I put, because I'm not an idiot and I know how to use punctuation. And he said, I will leave you, fan jerk. Okay. And I said, thank you, because these are the kind of posts I don't really care about. I don't have to have my brain take a step back to try and make sure that I can process your random mouth vomit. It's plain and simple. Also, one of the things I did is recently I threw out a little thing on Snapchat. You know, normally this would be the time where I would throw the comments in where we ask some of the questions on this one. But this one I tried something a little different. We all saw that my consultant can't spell. So I decided that it would be an attempt that if you suggested a word for him to try and spell, we would see if he'd do it. And I got two suggestions on here. The first one is alimony.
The word is alimony. A L, like one of my good friends Al. A H M M. Oh, maybe a double M. O N E-Y, because you can't spell alimony without money. All you gold diggers coming at me. Can't believe it. How rude. Alimony.
And then the second one should be a little easier. It is consultant. He should know this one.
The word is consultant. Me. I know what you're thinking. You think it's ConsulTant. The first rule about consultation is always know how to spell your occupation. And it's also got an alternative spelling. Do you want to know what it is? It is BADASS, because I am a top consultant in my field. I'm a badass.
You know, it never ceases to amaze me, which is fine, but we still have some stuff that we need to talk about on this program. But I always appreciate the support, the comments, and watching and all that. So stay tuned, and why don't we get on with the show, shall we?
I know that you've complained in the past about the booking quality of one Rabbi Fine, but I feel like you had a couple other problems. Do you want to go in? What felt worse? Was it the old colonoscopy check, or was it the?
Somehow I knew that this was going to come up, and a lot of times I've actually compared Rabbi Fine's booking to being, getting stuck it to in the same manner that happened when I wrestled Effie. Now, it's interesting that when I add to the list of things that I have experienced in result of matches with Effie, it is a tumultuous ongoing rivalry. And here we are at Second Wrestling, and all of a sudden, I end up with two major problems. One, I'm getting beat around the bar. I have darts thrown at me. I get crotched on the rail. That's not sanitary. And I also get this, pool cue shoved right. I got violated by a pool cue. And even the worst part about it is I don't win this match, and the rabbi comes out, and it's bad enough that I'm having to deal with all these distractions, but then the rabbi has to rub it in my face, not this loss, but a loss that was far greater, because this one cost me $250,000 when I was on the floor. And that loss was because some of the veggies, I didn't know. They didn't look like the veggies I'm used to. So he thinks it's hilarious to give me an autographed can of garbanzo beans. Ha! Chickpeas, garbanzo beans. What? Thank you so much. I still have that can, by the way. I still have it. But then he makes this awkward claim that, my next opponent, all he's going to say is he has kids. Well, that could be any pro wrestler, and it could be any illegitimate child, because one thing about pro wrestlers is they don't know how to keep it covered, keep it protected, keep it in the pants. There's so many pro wrestlers out there who have so many kids by so many different moms, and I just, it's like, oh, how old are you? I'm 23. I have 6 kids. I've been wrestling for 5 years. How did you have a kid for every year? Some pro wrestlers I know locally, they have more kids than they have professional wrestling matches. How does that happen? How do you we asked my consultant about alimony, spelling alimony. How do you afford child support for that many? It's not like you're doing it, and it's not like your wrestling habit is doing it. But this could be anyone. And that doesn't narrow it down. When you give a hint, you should at least be like, oh, maybe it's a moniker that they had, or maybe it's a catchphrase that they had. But no, we're going to go with he has kids. Well, good. I will beat him up in front of his kids. And then I will come for fine again, just like I've beaten you up in front of your kids. End of story. By the way, it still hurts to sit down. I'm on a cushion right now. Well, this was quite a fun one. This was great. We had a blast covering a couple of things. I mean, sometimes it hurts to relive memories, but I always look towards the future. And, again, I have freelance here coming up. And then February is quiet. There's a couple events I'm not making as a result of weddings. Now, I know that sounds silly because you're supposed to be a pro wrestler and you're supposed to sacrifice and you're supposed to miss family events, but a lot of times it's all about what you make of it. And I've been doing it for going on 20 years, so I deserve the opportunity to do things outside of wrestling and have hobbies outside of wrestling. 2020 proved that I can go without wrestling. And as much as I love it, when it does pick back up, absolutely, because when I come back, in March, I will have it looks like my Richmond license came in, so that should do. The 23rd, I actually have 2 events, one being Pro Wrestling Battleground, and the other, it looks like I'm going to be venturing to Old Stomping Grounds. Maybe I'll release that here coming up soon. Nothing over Easter. And then in April, I'll be going out back to the Level Up Convention, also back to freelance and back to Second Wrestling. Yay. But I got a lot of 5Ks in there. I got a lot. It's not like I'm not going to be busy. So this will work out really well in my favor. And all I can say is stay tuned. And thank you for supporting me on This is Corbin Center.